Hey trackies, welcome back to another video. Remember to smash that subscribe button, hit the like button as well. That's how the video gets to the YouTube algorithm. Share the video if you care. I hope you all care. So share, and yes, please sound off in the comment section below. I know for sure 24 hours not passed yet since I posted the video celebrating the possibility of our athletes getting another opportunity, a major opportunity to be a part of their individual events that come up at the World Championships in September. Now, DJ3s did announce the team that will be representing us at the NACAC Senior Championships, and World Athletics has now, a new rule where, guess what, the area champion in these events will have the possibility of getting a bye. So be excitement on TXT track time, and I was like, here what, our athletes have the possibility of getting a bye, and I specifically also pointed out at Tia Clayton that has the opportunity to get that bye and let Team Jamaica have a strong four in the women's 100 meters. It's been a minute since we've had such a strong four. We're talking about 2020, three slash, because that was Shelly and Sharika said that was just two. We're talking about 2022 with all three, and of course dating back as well to 2021 where we had these athletes really turning up 10-7 and faster to represent Team Jamaica. And guess what? 2025 will make the return of a solid three athletes representing Jamaica at the World Championships. But guess what? We had the possibility to add another one, a fourth. So trackies, imagine 4 athletes, potentially 10-7 and faster. We're talking about the young Tina Clayton that won at the National Senior Championships. Her twin sister, Tia Clayton, potentially, if she did win at the NACAC Senior Championships. And also, trackies, considering that she would be the fastest non-automatic qualifier, in my opinion, would be ripe for the picking when it comes to receiving that bye. And then we have the stalwarts, Shelly and Fraser Price, 10.60, her personal best. Imagine if she can get back there. Sharika Jackson, also a personal best, 10.65. Trackies, the team is absolutely solid. Well, guess what? I'm about to dunk some cold water over everybody because that's how I felt when this news was released or announced, trackies. No, it is being revealed that Tia Clayton was removed from the NACAC Senior Championship team. Yes, trackies. So I'm going to go ahead and read from Nationwide. Now, it was reported by both Sportsmax and Nationwide, but you don't know, so Nationwide is a little bit more messy, so they have a bit more details as it relates to why she was removed from the team. So this is what Nationwide has to say. Tia Clayton removed from Jamaica's NACAC squad. As like say, what now? Now, it says the Paris Olympic 100-meter finalist Tia Clayton has been withdrawn from Jamaica's team to the NACAC Senior Championships in Bahamas that comes up August 15th through to the 17th. Now, it says that Clayton was among the 40-strong Jamaican contingent announced on Monday for the 3-day championships. It's really a strong team, trackies. I did break it down in that video, as I said, with multiple athletes, not just Tia Clayton, having the opportunity to potentially get a bye. One, they don't have to take into consideration whether or not they have qualified based on a time standard to head on over to the World Championships. All they have to worry about is making sure that they're the fastest non-automatic qualifier as far as I'm concerned in this region. So it's a major opportunity for the athletes. So they came out rolling. We're talking about, but for the men in the 100 meters, we have Ryan Ford, we have Rohan Watson. They came out big because these athletes want this opportunity, right? So Tia Clayton was listed for the women's 100 meters, where there was an opportunity for her to qualify for the World Championships as the area champion, like I did point out. However, according to our source, there was a major pushback against her selection on the team on the basis that others with the World Championship qualifying standard finished ahead of her at the National Senior Championships. Now, Tia Clayton was unable to complete the race after pulling up injured. So they do go ahead and say in this article that Jodine Williams from Sprintec was fourth with her 11.02 seconds. Janelle Smith was fifth with her 11.06 seconds. Now, Smith, who was already in the team to run the 4x100 meters relay, will take the place of Clayton in the 100 meters in the Bahamas, where she will have a shot at the World Championships. So, trackies, that is currently what is going down. Apparently, there was major pushback, I suppose, from the insiders for, Tia Clayton being selected, even though she did not complete the women's 100-meter finals, going down with an injury. Now, trackies, this is definitely interesting, and I'm going to point out a couple things. One, I can clearly understand athletes wanting the opportunity. You placed higher than a Tia Clayton in the race. By all means, give them that opportunity, because you never know when they'll be able to get another opportunity like this again. So I'm not against athletes, wanting the opportunity. Last time I checked, based on the team that was selected, Jodine Williams was already a part of the team. So Janelle will be the addition here in the women's 100 meters. And gosh knows that Janelle needs that opportunity. It's tough out here as an athlete. So I'm not mad at Janelle, getting the opportunity to represent Team Jamaica at all. But my big question is, who really gave this pushback? Was this MVP versus MVP? Because the last time I checked, Janelle Smith is also MVP, right? So we have MVP, the Puma side, which, the brother of Stephen Francis, Paul Francis, is the coach there. Plus, he's the head coach overall of MVP. And of course, you have Stephen Francis, the Nike side. And the reason why I'm saying this is because Janelle Smith is clearly a Puma athlete when you have Tia Clayton being a Nike athlete. And as far as I'm concerned, given the fact that Janelle was fifth in the race, the only person that could, really push back and would benefit from, Janelle being in the squad is actually MVP. So is this MVP versus MVP? Like, what is going on here? Crazy, thoughts that I have in my mind swirling around trackies. So the first thing I wanted to point out that this is clearly MVP versus MVP, because who else stands to benefit other than MVP, right? So that's quite interesting. But the other thing that I want to point out that I want trackies to remember is that there is a caveat when it comes to getting that potential bye to head off to the World Championships. So guess what? The athletes that win at the NACAC Senior Championships, not only do they have to make sure that they win, but they have to make sure that they're the fastest athlete, right? That didn't qualify, as far as my understanding is, to head off to the World Championships. And as far as I'm concerned, given that Tia Clayton has already clocked at 10.86 seconds, right? Who is going to end up being faster than her? So I'm just throwing this out there, trackies. We're sending Jodine Williams, Janelle Smith, any one of them have the opportunity of winning this women's 100 meters. However, we still have to take into consideration that winning is not the only thing that they need to make sure that they secure. Time is also a factor, right? So they have to make sure that they're faster than a Tia Clayton if they intend to take up that spot. And the reality is that that's possibly not going to happen. And I'm just going to be real, trackies, just going to be real. The possibility of Jodine Williams, and I love Jodine Williams, love Janelle Smith, have nothing against them, but the possibility of them running faster than Tia's 10.86 seems quite highly unlikely. Now, trackies, there are others that are off the view as well, that the time that we have to focus on is not the fastest non-automatic qualifier, but the actual fastest athlete in our region, which makes that time even more ridiculous. The time to focus on, if we're looking at it from that perspective, would be Julian Alfred's 10.72 seconds clocking that she did to win the Olympic finals in 2024, right? So with taking all these things into consideration, trackies, though I understand these athletes, wanting an opportunity, and I'm not against giving them the opportunity, they earned it as well. I'm also wondering to myself as well, what makes more sense from, a buy perspective. If we're actually looking for that buy, then, clearly we'll probably miss this opportunity in the women's 100 meters. More likely, than not that we miss it, given again the time that would have to be achieved in order to get that buy. Anyway, trackies, those are my thoughts. So big things happening, big shake up. Tia has been removed from the NACAC Senior Championships team, will be replaced by her teammate Janelle Smith that placed fifth at the National Senior Championships in the women's 100 meters. Let me know your thoughts. Is this MVP versus MVP? What is going down? Like the video, of course, trackies. Subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.